Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of evaluating functions. This is standard A.12B in the great state of Texas, and we're using item number 47 of the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. Alright, so we need to evaluate this function with this g of 20. Now, it's not going to include a whole lot of crazy math, but it's something that looks a little bit strange that we're usually not used to. Like, we're fine with this g of x. We're usually fine with f of x. But then suddenly you just put a number in there, and we're not quite sure what to do because we probably don't see it that often. But really, this is just a simple way of identifying that we want to substitute something. Okay? So let's see what happens if we were to, let's just say x equals 20, right? So if we wanted this whole function right here, g of x equals 6, and then 2x plus 7. And then we were to say, okay, what happens if x equals 20? All right, well, we know how to do that, right? Because that's really all that's doing. And so let's just substitute in 20. So 2, 20 plus 7. Okay, so we need our order of operations. We've got quite a few parentheses there. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So parentheses are our first thing, but usually it's not just the parentheses, right? If there's something inside there, don't see any exponents. Remember that when we multiply and divide, they are inverse operations, which means they're equal. And you can do either one, first, left or right, same with addition, subtraction. Inverse operations. You can subtract before you add if you see it moving left to right, simply because that's just how math works. All right. So within this parentheses here, right, I've got two different operations. I've got a multiplication, and I've got this plus 7. So we are going to have to multiply first. Okay, so 2 times 20 makes 40. Now I can do that addition, 6 times 47, and now the parentheses are really close. It's just 6 times 47, and let's see, we can open up a calculator to do that, or we can do it by hand if we want to. 6 times 47. Okay, 282. So it looks like we've got a 282. And really, all this g of 20 is just these two in one step. In mathematics, we like to do things simply. We like to do things without any extra fuss. And rather saying, hey, let's pretend x is 20. Since that g of x includes the x, you simply say g of 20. That's all that means. That means whatever the expression is over here, substitute in a 20 for the x. That's all that means. Now, we think it's 282. Let's go ahead and just make sure we did it right. We can go ahead and plug that into our calculator, right? So 6, and then times 2. We thought that was 20, so we had that extra parentheses, and then we had a plus 7. And then let's make sure we closed it. All right, we got all parentheses, and there we go. 282. So you could do it by hand, you could do it by calculator. They're both going to get you that same answer. Just remember that g of 20 just simply means evaluate that function and replace the x with whatever's in there. In this case, it's 20. So our answer here is B, 282.